Hi everybody, it's Sarah here again from Sassy Hearing. Today I thought we'd have a chat about why it might take a little bit of time to get used to new hearing aids and how you can go about doing that. So picture this, you've done it. You've gone and had your hearing tested, you've chosen your hearing aids, they've been programmed up for your hearing loss, they've been put on your ears and turned on. Suddenly you're confronted with voices that sound weird, noises that you're not used to hearing, and you start to wonder, what on earth have I done? It's okay. That's not unusual when you first get hearing aids, and it does get better over time. So while some people get used to their hearing aids really quickly and can wear them full-time or almost full-time straight off the bat, for a lot of people it does actually take a bit of time to get used to the hearing aids. And if you think about this, it's not really surprising. So when we first have hearing loss, our hearing's pretty good, but we might feel that people mumble occasionally, that we need to sit a bit closer to the person in a noisy environment to hear them, or that we need to turn the TV up a notch, but we might not really associate it with not hearing well. What happens over time is that the hearing deteriorates and it feels like everybody's mumbling, the TV's up so loud that other people in the house are complaining, and in noise you just get lost. Now that can take months or years to progress to that point. And even once you hit that point, it may take a little while for you to be ready to go and have your hearing tested and get hearing aids. So the time between your hearing first starting to deteriorate and getting hearing aids can be months or years. Months or years of not hearing all of the sounds that you're supposed to hear. If you think about it that way, it's not surprising that when we turn hearing aids on and they're compensating for that hearing loss and bringing your hearing up significantly quickly, that it takes a little bit of time to get used to that. It's a little bit like when you're in the dark and somebody turns a bright light on and all of a sudden there's all this light. You need some time to adjust. Your ears and brain aren't used to hearing those sounds and they need time to get used to it again. The other thing is that when you have hearing loss, the ear and the hearing pathway is a little bit damaged. So even though hearing aids can give you back hearing, it's still working its way through a damaged pathway. That means that the sounds won't be the same as they were when you had normal hearing. For this reason, your ear and your brain also need time to work out what those sounds are, what they correlate to, and how to use that information most effectively. The other thing that happens in the early stages of hearing aids is that your hearing care professional adjusts them based on your feedback. So when hearing aids are first set up, they're set up based on your hearing loss, but you might get out into your environment and find that some sounds are a little bit loud, others are a little bit soft and you're still having trouble hearing them. You'll go back to your hearing care professional and they will adjust the settings based on your feedback. When that happens, then the sounds become optimized for you and it starts to feel more normal. And that's the combination of the settings being optimized and you getting used to the sound. Now, even if you've had hearing aids before, you might find that when you upgrade your hearing aids and get new ones, that there's still a little bit of adjustment that needs to go on. When you get new hearing aids, the technology has progressed in between your last hearing aids and the new hearing aids, and they will sound a little bit different. This is a good thing because sounding different also helps you to hear better. So while technology enables you to hear better, it also means they don't sound the same as your old hearing aids. So again, you need a little bit of time to get used to them. Also, again, when you swap from older hearing aids to newer hearing aids, there's a little bit of a process in optimizing those settings. And the consequence of that is that it can take a little bit of time or a couple of appointments for those settings to be gotten just right so that they're as optimized as possible. So that's why we need to get used to new hearing aids. Now let's talk about how do you get used to new hearing aids. While some people can wear their hearing aids and tolerate them very well, wearing them almost full time from the beginning, Other people need to work their way up to wearing them full time. If you're one of those people, I would suggest you start by wearing them in blocks of a couple of hours at a time at home in a relatively quiet space. You might put the TV on to listen to. There's naturally some noises in your house which you'll be able to hear, but nothing sort of too complicated. Gradually over time, build up that period of time that you're wearing them for. And if you need a break, take a break, but then pop them back on again later. Gradually over time, the other thing you want to do is gradually wear them in more complicated situations. So initially it might just be with 2 or 3 people where there's a slightly dynamic hearing situation, and eventually you want to work up to being able to wear them at cafes and restaurants and those complex listening environments where you probably struggle the most. How quickly you work through that will depend on you and how your brain adjusts to the new sound. But don't worry if it takes a little bit of time. That's perfectly okay. If, however, you can't wear your hearing aids at all, let's say they're way too loud, there's something about the sound that's just uncomfortable, or they're physically hurting your ears, don't wait till your next appointment in order to give that information back to your hearing care professional. Give them a call or an email, let them know that something's not quite right, and see if they can fit you in sooner. If you can't wear your hearing aids at all, you're not going to get used to them. Just like anything else that you can't use, you don't get used to it. So if you can't wear them at all, those issues need to be addressed sooner so that you can get on with wearing your hearing aids, adjusting to them and getting the most out of them. I hope this helps a little bit. This is a new channel, so if you can like this video, subscribe and turn on the notifications, that would be a great help. And we will be back again in about a week with another video.